Well, listening to the last lines of Mr. Kirti Menon, I was just wondering whether we'll need a heavy atmosphere to swing the votes, or we'll go by what Mr. Mahendra Singh Dhoni says, we need a spinning track. Okay. So, good morning. It was William Shakespeare who said that all the world is a stage and all of us are actors playing our roles. I think the important word is all of us. I think all of us are actors with definite roles. It involves all of us, and I believe that each of us human beings are potentially a resource for our country. And the government needs to invest in us rather than providing for some of us. Because I think each of us are serious citizens of this country. You agree or you don't? Then clap, clap. Yeah. Right, so we move on. The year was 1989. The city was Dehradun. And I was a guest at the National Institute for the Visually Handicapped, and I was staying at the guest house. And one morning, I woke up to the sound of cricket commentary. I could hear a voice saying, Kapil Dev moves into bowl to Sunil Gavaskar. I immediately got up because I happen to be a cricket fan and very passionate about it. And I just said, okay, let me see what Gavaskar and Kapil Dev are doing here. And I ran out. And when I got to the ground, I saw a group of kids playing cricket. And when I went closer, I realized all of them were visually impaired and totally blind. The commentary was being given by the wicketkeeper, and the batting was very skilled, the bowling was accurate, the fielding was athletic. And I found that people were having fun. And I asked the physical training instructor as to what is this game about. So he explained that the ball was made of plastic, it had ball bearings inside, the bowling was underarm, and these kids, they woke up in the morning, they played cricket, they went for breakfast, came back and played cricket, they went to class, came back and played cricket, they went for lunch, came back and had cricket, and then the umpires would have to say, boys, it's a bad light, I can't see. So, ladies and gentlemen, I realized that cricket was not just an India passion, it was a passion with the blind too. And I realized when I visited Australia in 1995, a lot of children with intellectual disability were actually playing cricket. And I saw a game where blind children were playing cricket against intellectually challenged cricketers. Now, I hope I'm using the right word, Mr. Menon. They were having fun. And I think the point I'd like to make over here is that sport is a platform which generates passion. And to live life, we need passion. This is the first of 5 points that I want to make this morning. The second point I'd like to make is the year was 1993. The city was Ahmedabad, and it was the national cricket tournament for the blind, which was being played there. It was the finals between Karnataka and Gujarat. There was a fairly large crowd, meaning about 500 people who came to watch the game. And initially, when they all came, it was curiosity. Arey yaar, blind log cricket khel rahe hain. How do they play the game? You know, that was the question in everybody's mind. But what I noticed was, half an hour into the game, people were not bothered whether they were blind or not. They wanted to know what the score was. They wanted to know what batsman with the red cap had scored. They wanted to know how many overs were bowled by a particular bowler. It was cricket. It was cricket. They were not, the fact that they were disabled cricketers didn't really count anymore. The focus had shifted from the disability to the ability. And as I was telling some friends last evening, We always, to start with, think of what we don't have. I believe it's important for us to look at what we have and be happy about it. I believe it's important for us to think about our abilities and talents. It is important for us to think about what we can do and try and nurture that into productive resource that we can use later on in life as we go along. So the whole point here is focus on the ability rather than the disability. And I believe that every single human being has an ability. I have a friend in Delhi. He spends all his time lying flat on his back because he had a bullet which was put through the back of his head. But believe me, ladies and gentlemen, this man controls a huge organization called Family of the Disabled. From the bed, he's got people working for him, he's got a whole lot of volunteers and things who connect on the telephone, and they're doing various projects. They have employment projects, they have education projects, they have scholarships, the works. It's all done by this gentleman flat on his back. So there is a lot that every individual can bring to the table. And there is ability. Let's focus on that. Point number 2. Point number 3. The city was Cape Town. The year was 1997. I had the privilege of listening to a legendary West Indian cricketer by the name of Conrad Hunt. Heard the name? Opened the game in the 1960s for the West Indies. He was involved with the famous Tide Test at Brisbane. Now, Mr. Hunt said, I was born with a triple handicap. I was born black, I was born poor, and I was born not knowing who my parents were. I grew up on the pavements, literally, of Barbados. And he said that he played cricket, and cricket gave him the mantra of success in life. And he shared that the mantra of success in life were the 5 Ds that he imbibed from cricket. The first D was, he learnt to dream. In Hindi they say, sapna dekhna. The second D is, he developed the desire to fulfill the dream. The third D was, he learnt discipline. The fourth D was, he learnt dedication. And the fifth D was, he learnt determination. And he says, you have these 5 Ds, nobody can stop you in life. And I believe, as Mr. Hunt very, very aptly said, cricket and any sport for that matter actually teaches you these 5 Ds. There have been great stories of dreams being fulfilled through sport. There have been great display of discipline, because you need to succeed in life. You need to have a discipline. You need to work on things. Dedication is required. Determination required. So the 5 Ds is the gift of sport to any human being who plays it seriously. Having said these 3 things, there is the 4th point I'd like to make. The 4th point is, cricket is a team sport. And every member of the team contributes to the up or the down of the team. And as long as you are a contributor, you are an active, wanted member of the team. So a person who plays a sport learns to contribute. And I also believe to be part of this community, to be part of a family, to be part of this nation, to be respected, to be living with dignity, you need to learn to contribute. Whatever be the level of contribution, you need to contribute to be part of the family, contribute to be part of the community, contribute to be a respected, contributing member.